Hi YouTube, you join me on the layout today where I'm going to show you how to make a little muddy track like this using grassmat. I'm also going to show you some of the techniques of using a grassmat and how to add things onto it. Well, we're going to need some grassmat. Here's just a scrap here. Static grass is best, and I'd recommend a summer type green. It's coming out quite yellowy on this camera, but it is quite a natural green. Flowers are okay too, you can get them. You can see my full grass mat in the back there, just there. It's all rolled up. I couldn't bother to get it out just for this video. Then you'll need something blunt but sharp just to get the grass off in the areas you want. So I've got this, I'm not sure what it is actually, it's a metal blade that I found lying around the house. Yeah, that's quite useful. You could use a screwdriver or a very, very blunt knife. You don't want anything too sharp because it's very easy to go through the base of the grass mat. So, the first thing of using grass mat is to get the shape. It's quite easy. It will cut with scissors because it's just put on a nice brown paper base that looks quite like mud when you scratch it away, like I'll show you in a minute. So with easy pieces you can just cut it to shape. With slightly more complicated pieces, to get the right shape, an easy way would be to get some grease-proof paper or some tracing paper and trace the area on your layout where you want to put the piece of grass mat. Then cut that out, put it on the back with the side of the greaseproof paper that was facing up facing down, draw around it and then cut that out and you'll get the right shape. This grass mat shouldn't just be used on a layout. It's just basically the starter to save time on large short areas of grass, because as you can see it's only about 1 millimeter long. It's really not that long. And then when you've stuck it down, it can be stuck down with PVA glue and stuff. Take the screwdriver, hold it still and scrape backwards and forward. That will remove the grass because it's only lightly glued on, and you can see around it there's grass starting to come off. So there you go, that's the sort of effect you get. You can scratch more off to get rid of more grass, or less if you only want a little mud. Then you take the Land Rover, you see that that's about as far across as you need to go, and scratch a line there. Keep checking that, because if you do it too wide or too close it won't work, it'll just look ridiculous. I'm going to keep doing this. And there you go, that's the finished sort of result. It looks quite like mud, and you can add paints if you want to that to make it look more like mud, and there's even bits of grass that are growing in it like there would be in real life. With all the leftovers you can keep that, put it in a jar or something, because you can use that on gravel and stuff to look like other grass growing in gravel. So I've been working on this for a few minutes now, and as you can see it's starting to come along. You can see the tracks a bit more clearly. Ideally you go on repeating this for quite a while until it really starts to come clear. Don't go too much in one area though, because it is very easy to make holes through the base of it. I've done that quite a lot. So I'll go back to the layout now and run that through with you again. So what I've done is I've cleared any scenery that can be moved off to one side, so that's the wall and the gate, the little guy and the Land Rover. And I'm going to get the blunt knife or the scalpel or the screwdriver or something, and almost vertical scrape it backwards and forwards. It doesn't have to be too straight, because the real track would have been made by vehicles going up and down. And it don't scrape too much in one place, because it's quite easy to make a hole, because this is just paper underneath. Make one track all the way along, and then when you've done that, take the Land Rover or whatever vehicle you've got and do the other track using the tyre. That was my quick guide on grass mats and how to make a muddy track.